What's up, everybody? Rob here, back with another episode of Wasting Wildcards here on Multi5. And this week, I'm playing a real deck. Usually I play kind of janky decks that I think are probably going to be fun. But this week, I'm playing a good deck that I also think is fun, that I love. It's an archetype I play in Pioneer. I play this in any format where I can do like a Death and Taxes-y, Selesnya, Collected Company, good stuff type deck, I'm a big fan of. So the fact that Green-White Company actually is pretty damn good in Historic right now means I'm going to be playing it a lot. And if you've played Historic anytime since the Strixhaven Championships, you know that the Jeskai taking turns, Mizzix Mastery type deck thing is just everywhere. And this deck actually lines up very good against that deck. There's a lot of main deck just annoyances for the deck that we run. We run 4 Scavenging Oozes to eat the stuff they put in their graveyard. We run Dromoka's commands that kind of like, after sideboard, it protects our creatures from like Anger of the Gods and stuff like that. Also, if we have like a big Lovestruck Beast, we can use it to fight their dragons if they get those online. We've got 3 Archons of Emeria, which really slows them down. They can't cast multiple spells per turn. Their non-basics come in tapped. It's just, all in all, a very solid, annoying card for them. Of course, we're playing the 4 Elite Spellbinder, again, just slowing down their plan while also being aggressive. Reidane is very good in this deck because it makes all of their spells cost more. All of their really, like, game-winning spells, their Time Warps, their Mizzix Masteries, their Magma Opuses, all those things cost a lot more. Going down, Skyclave Apparition. Against every deck, this is good. It's not great against the Jeskai deck, but, you know, it's just so good in everything. That's why it's played in, like, every format. I don't think I need to explain Skyclave Apparition. Other than that, we've got 4 Mammoths. You know, hit your land drops, get a big beater. 4 Lovestruck Beasts. It's a 3-drop that's a 5/5. I mean, we all know why this is good. Collected Company, of course, our main engine. 1 Great Henge. Just another, you know, we're playing a lot of big creatures in this deck. It's not too hard to turn on, and if you can play the Great Henge, why not? Mana base, pretty straightforward. Some plains, some forest, a couple Hashep Oasises. Makes your creatures bigger, get in that expedite damage, get your Great Henge out a little earlier. Got 4 pathways, 4 temple gardens, and 2 Sunpetal Groves. What else did I miss? Llanowar Elves, of course. We have a lot of 3-drops. Playing those on turn 2 is very nice. Luminarch Aspirant, again, just make your stuff bigger. Solid 2-drop. And yeah, this is Green-White Collected Company's main deck. Almost forgot about the sideboard. So for the sideboard, I don't have all the wild cards to just, you know, make it perfect. I would like 2 rest in pieces instead of 1. But we've got some giant killers against like Gruul. Even the Jeskai deck, you can kill their dragons, which is pretty relevant. Rest in peace against your Jund Sacrifices decks. Pretty good against the Jeskai deck. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, again, great against Phoenix, great against Control. It's people know why Thalia is good. Another Dromoka's command, you know, it's one of my favorite commands. It's not played that much, but I love it. I love it. Settle the Wreckage against a bunch of creatures, you know, goblins, Gruul, elves, just boom. Nobody expects the wreckage. Let's see, another Thalia. I hate how they break this up. It's so stupid. I'm trying something new, something spicy. Playing Kinjali Sunwing against creature decks to just slow them down. You know, they all come in tapped. It's probably annoying for some aggro decks. I'm trying stuff. 2 Knight of Autumns, again, can blow something up, can just be a beater, can gain you some life, solid role player. And then we've got 3 Shifting Ceratopses. It's just, if you're playing against a blue deck, you're going to bring them in. It's going to beat down real fast, can't be countered, can have reach, trample, haste. It's just, if you're playing green, it's pretty good. You can't hit it with company, but, you know, it's worth bringing in a 4-drop. Yeah, so this is Green-White Collected Company. Let's play some traditional Historic Ranked. All right, here we are with game number 1. We're on the play, and we've got a mulligan, because that is not a good hand. This is equally a bad hand. We're mulling to 5, game 1, mull to 5, cue the air horn. Yeah, we'll keep this one. All right, so we'll keep 5. Great Henge would be nice, but it's a little ambitious. And let's go down 1 elf. And I mean, I guess this is about as good as you could expect for a multi-5. A shock or something would be kind of annoying. Yep. Okay. Could be worse. Look at that. We can still cast our spells. Looks like we're probably up against Gruul. Maybe. Okay, Temur Magecraft. Okay, fancy. Let's take a peek at this hand. Dragon's Guard Elite can get pretty scary pretty quick. Holy crap. Okay. All right. I think the command can do the most hurt to us, and it's the most expensive. So we'll keep that pushed back as far as we can. Oh, they're gonna just start expressively iterating, I guess, is the thing. If we can kill this soon, we'll actually be, I think, in a decently okay spot. Oh, did they mess up and not get their land drop? Oh, that sucks. And we got a Skyclave Apparition. Oh my god. Oh man, they must have... I'm going to keep this in my hand. I don't think I need the 4th land right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, opponent. That was... I feel you on that one. Missing your land drops. Okay, another one. Thank you. It's the multi-5ing of the whole thing, you know? The Magic Gods were like, multi-5, had to multi-5 on game 1. Let's just give them the perfect multi-5. The perfect multi-5. Damn. Damn. Woo. What a multi-5. I love it. I love it. Oh my god, and my opponent's missing their land drops. Playing a Luminarch Aspirant. They're going to play... it's a sorcery. They're not going to play that. Guess we just make him bigger, I guess. So they could shock and block. Shock block, as they call it. Maybe somebody calls it that. Okay, or bounce and block. The old bounce and block. Okay, well, I mean... They got a 2/2 token out of the deal, and I still have a Skyclave Apparition. So we are not upset about where we are right now. Yeah, these Dragon's Guard Elites can get pretty scary if left untouched. Then again, they're kind of just like worse Sprite Dragons if you think about it. Easier to cast. Okay, so they're a spells deck. So we want to bring in Thalia. They have things that can get big, so maybe Giant Killer, maybe. I didn't see any like creature counter spells, so maybe that's not what we want to do. Maybe let's bring in the 2 Giant Killers and the 3rd command just as a way to kill their creatures if we need to. Reidane. I doubt they're playing too many expensive spells, so maybe we go down Reidane. Apparition was doing work. Scooze will have a lot of spell food. The Aspirant, maybe the Aspirant is just too much of like a shock target. Maybe we go down those, try that. Make them work a little harder to kill our creatures with shock. Man, game 1, multi-5, beautiful multi-5. Like we have lands and spells, but it's slow. If we start drawing white sources, it may be, but I think that's a mulligan. This looks a lot better. We'll keep this and we'll toss one of the mammoths back. Play Heart's Desire. All right. Play Temple Garden tapped and pass. All right. So if we can get our Archon of Emeria down next turn, we'll be able to somewhat slow down the speed in which this thing's going to get huge. All right, well, it's in Giant Killer range now. No blocks. We'll make them burn a burn spell on it. That's interesting. So maybe we play the Lovestruck Beast, and hopefully we can get the Great Henge online next turn. If we can get the Great Henge online, then things really turn around quickly for us. Help us draw into a Giant Killer. Then again, if they like a Braid Shock, that could suck. Hit us with a 6/6 next turn. But I think this is... Okay. Give it haste somehow? No, okay. I'm actually going to attack here. They can kill it with the Abrade if they want to block here. Or kill, block. Okay. So now... Maybe we... I already played our land. So we could play an Archon and they'd Abrade it. What are the chances that they have like Spell Pierce or something? They probably kept those in because we have Collected Company. Let's play Spellbinder. Let's take a peek at their hand if they'll let us. That's fine, you can Abrade. Still get to peek at the hand. All right, so punished. We 100% should have played the Henge, but you know, slow them down, making this iteration more expensive. They'll be able to harvest, hit us for a bunch here. But I'm less afraid of this getting countered, so we're going to throw that down next turn. Hopefully we get a land drop so we can Great Henge followed by Archon. It's kind of a non-bow because when you get Great Henge going, you really want to just keep cranking them out. They're really afraid of me targeting their creatures. I blocked there just because I want to try to keep my life total at a somewhat reasonable level. Okay, well, Great Henge. It resolves. And I think, honestly, let's just play this as a land. Let's gain some life. Pass the turn. So we're in a good spot now. So now they can cast... Actually, you know what? That's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. Snakeskin Veil in this deck. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. So they're gonna Lava Coil again, or Abrade. Ooh, they can destroy an artifact. Well played, opponent. Well played. And that's a lot of damage. All right. Okay, so they're playing Abrade, so I always forget Abrade has that line of text. I can kind of stay alive. I'm going to lose this one. Okay. Okay. So our opponent got to do their game plan a lot better this time. I think our game plan is not too bad. I mean, we're on the play now, so let's run it back. I feel like we kind of know most of our opponent's tricks, a lot of the spells they're playing. Let's play first here. God, with the one-landers. Mull to 6. Better. Keep this. We'll keep the company. Put the mammoth on the bottom. And no, I don't. I have a company. I don't want to miss my land drops. Maybe it's the apparition. And now let's start with the mammoth. Yeah, so I bought him the apparition just because I know they're playing Snakeskin Veil, and I really just want to get my companies online. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Let's go. Let's go Thalia. Gonna really slow my opponent down here. They could do shock this turn, but that'd be their whole turn. Could get one of their creatures online. Okay. Sprite Dragon is not too scary right now. We'll play Ooze. And we'll attack. They're going to have to prioritize getting Thalia off the battlefield, or else they're going to be in a tough situation. This is a cool deck, though. That Dragon's Elite thing. It's funny because was it a rare? And it's just like so much worse than Sprite Dragon. Sprite Dragon's like an $8 paper card right now. I was looking at random price lists because I'm fully vaccinated and ready to play some Magic in person again. And I was like, what do paper cards look like? I haven't bought any in like 2 years. Sprite Dragon, quite expensive. Not really like a card I was too worried about, but might as well eat a spell before it goes out. Kind of a bummer I can't company this turn, but if they play enough spells for their Sprite Dragon, I'll be able to kill it like a dragon. All right, let's Spellbinder here. Take a peek at what my opponent is up to. A bunch of creatures. Let's get rid of the Divisive Denial. Try to keep my creatures alive as long as possible. All right, so that's their whole turn. Unless they have a 1-drop creature. I'll gladly trade here. Okay, our opponent doing it right, putting a spell in hand and... Okay, I was like, yes, please, let's trade. Okay, let's attack with the Elite Spellbinder. I'm gonna keep the Collected Company up because if they cast a bunch of spells and they don't have Snakeskin Veil mana up, there's a chance I could hit 2 apparitions, and that'd be nice, especially if they play some of these Dragon's Guard elites. Yeah, this is like it's a good card in this deck, but Sprite Dragon is just so much better. Okay. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Play something else, please. No, that's fine. Well, we hit 1. Let's see if they got the Veil. I'm going to target the Arcanist here. Okay, it resolves. Nice. Okay. So let's attack with the team. Okay, I'll take it. Leave the dragon wide open. They get a 2/2. I can trade with a Llanowar Elf. Go for it. Or not trade, I can eat it. That's fine. And we'll play our Giant Killer. So we're in a pretty good spot right now. We can just tap down stuff if it gets big. Their non-creature spells are still very expensive. Okay. Ooh. All right, so we can do 6 damage this turn if I attacked and they have no blockers, but let's think this through here. Sprite Dragons are only flyer, so I say I just make my Elite Spellbinder bigger and fight it. So let's go +1/+1 and fight. +1/+1. And we'll fight here just to be safe. They could double block and kill the Thalia, which should probably be worth it. I'm attacking here because I clicked too fast, but yeah, we'll probably get him damage here. Yeah, we'll trade. All right, so then we have a 2/2. We have a flyer. It's... if they don't have a shock here, or an abrade, I guess. There's a whole slew of stuff they could possibly have. Okay, so they got a fry. Gonna tap down this here now. They could burn a Snakeskin Veil, but then I could tap it down during my turn. In a perfect world, they don't have Snakeskin Veil. Tap it down, tap this down. I guess it wouldn't matter. My Archon's got flying, so... so they can fight now, though. They could fight and kill my Archon, I guess. Another collected company would be pretty nice. That is not a collected company. Okay, well, I mean... gotta go for it. Mm-hmm. All right, well, play that tapped and turn. Try to tap it. This is when our friend Shifting Ceratops would be pretty nice. Just a big, hasty, tramply friendo. There you go, friend. You always exile your land drop. That's why this card is so good. Card is so good. All right, well, play the Mammoth, keep our land in hand. And unfortunately, our opponent just has too many damn cards in hand. We have luckily dealt with a lot of their threats. All right, if they can do something on their end step, that would kind of suck for us. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so they got a 4/4 now. Well, tap down the 6/6. We've dealt with 2 Sprite Dragons, a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Yeah, they're just outvaluing us right now. So much card selection. So much card selection. Yeah, I think our window is closing here. Pa, 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 pa. Don't kill my giant killer. Don't do it. Come on. Come on. Let it live. Let it live. Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, Temur Spells took one down. Surprisingly, our most glorious of those rounds was our multi-5. But yeah, we mulliganed every single game, so that's not fun. But yeah, let's go for it. Let's keep going. Yeah, this deck definitely feels better when you hit that Great Henge. Having some card draw on this deck is pretty nice. But it's a company deck, you know? You're at the will of the creatures. Not too many green-white creatures drawing you a lot of cards. Alright, well, it's not great. A third land instead of something would be good, but I'm going to keep it here. We're on the draw, or not on the draw, we're on the play. Our opponent just mulligans again. So our opponent's on the multi-5, and they forfeit. Okay. Unbeatable. Unbeatable when we keep a 7. I have no idea what we're up against, so let's run it back. They have no idea what we're playing either, though, so if I was my opponent, I would have waited at least until the first turn so I could see what I played. And that, my friends, is how you ladder up. They just see the username and they're like, I know that player. He is just too good. Yeah, in Platinum, losing games to tier 2 decks and stuff. It's fine. I ain't afraid. I'm not offended. Anyhow, let us play another game. We're on the draw. 2 lands. A couple good, decent plays up against the Lurrus deck. Let's keep it. Our opponent with their fancy sleeves over here. Okay. Red, white. So this is like the Boros super aggro deck thing, perhaps? Probably should have played this, just in case I get stuck on the double white. But let's play ourselves a little lady here. Walking by her friendly chickens. Do 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 do. Beauty and the Beast for all you people who are unfamiliar. I have a feeling this is dead. Okay. What? Okay. That was once again not a game. Let's try to play another full game of Magic. Got one good one in there, you know? Temur Spells doing some cool stuff. Opponent who did absolutely nothing, doing absolutely nothing. Opponent who played... Our opponent wasn't even in that bad of a spot. They didn't know. What if I had no more lands? They would have won. They would have just slowly eaten up my whole board. Why? Why can't I just get lands? Do we get greedy? We're on the draw. Let's keep. We've got a Mammoth. Rakdos Aggro? Interesting. Love me a Knight of the Ebon Legion. Okay, Rakdos Aggro. I'm down. Cool. I didn't want that anyway. Cool, I'll take this. So let's go... Let's go Scavenging Ooze here. We'll block to stay alive. They're doing damage to themselves, which makes me think they might be on some kind of Death Shadow type dealio. Knight of the Ebon Legion, very good because it's on your turn if a player. Not if your opponent, it's if a player. Doesn't feel good when they steal your mammoth. I'm going to eat your robber of the rich friend. Your robber of the rich friend. Yeah, it feels bad. Ooh, I'm not going to do it. Pump. Oh my god. Come on. Sweet lord. Ugh. That was disgusting. I think we're just dead, right? There's literally nothing. Okay, so we're up against just like Rakdos Aggro. Okay, so let's bring the Settle. Let's bring in the Sunwings. Let's bring in the Dromoka's Command and the Knight of Autumns. Luminarch Aspirant is good if it lives, but it's just going to die. Archon. Reidane can be good, and well, the shield can be good. Everything else seems pretty good, so let's try this. I was thinking about trying to build like a Rakdos aggro deck, just because like Knight of the Ebon Legion is rad. Like, super rad. Okay. If we draw into another white source, we'll be happy. If not, hopefully we can get this company off. Don't Thoughtseize me, please. Okay. Also annoying, but not quite as annoying. Yeah, I'll just play it. Sucker removal spell out of their hand. Yep, because they got to choose now. It's either they get aggressive or... Interesting. So now... we got to pick, we just want to gain some life or just have a big knight here. I think, honestly, I just want a big knight. 4-3 is not bad in this matchup. Trades with a Bone Crusher Giant. All right, so now we want to hit a land. Any land would be fine. A white land would be super nice, but... All right, well, that is not a land, but if it lives, it could pretend to be one. All right, if we can cast Company next turn, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. Rotting Regisaur, okay. Kind of scary, but I'm okay with it. We'll gladly trade there, friend. So here I can just straight Apparition that, but I'm just going to wait because I want them to discard a card. And we will Company once they declare attackers. Apparition the Regisaur. Their Embercleave goes on nothing. And we're feeling pretty groovy. Got backup apparitions for days. 20 life. We're living the good life right now. All right, we got there. We got there. Nice, nice, nice. You love when you get to cast your spells and it works out. Yeah, that's the best part of Magic, when you get to play the game. And it's not like that game was not interactive. We had it. Feels good to have it. Definitely feels good to have it. again with the 2 lands. We're on the draw, though, so I'm going to keep. Got white and green, got an ooze. They got a knight. We have a knight, too, though. A different knight, but, you know, it's not the worst knight. Dreadhorde. Okay, they're getting straight aggro. Please draw a 3rd land. A removal spell on the ooze would be pretty rough. Kind of sucks, but you know, it would hurt a lot more if that thing had more life. Cool. I mean, I could play the ooze and hope, but I feel like the Llanowar Elves has the most upside. And I think we might just be getting run over here. Oh my god, how many Embercleaves do you have? I mean, I know the answer, it's 4. But good god. Well, that's it. That's the game. That is the game. It's funny because I was talking a lot about the Jeskai Taking Turns deck in my deck tech. And we have played it a total of 0 times. Which is funny because this morning I played maybe 4 or 5 games. And every single game was against the Jeskai Taking Turns deck. Every single game. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad to see variety, but I thought it'd be cool to kind of show the deck against like the most popular deck in the format. A 7-card hand we can keep. We got 3 lands. We've got a 1, 2, 3. Let's start with a pathway, and we'll play ourselves a little human. Turn 1 Crawling Barrens, okay. So we're up against the Artifact Ramp deck, so they're going to play some kind of thing here. We're going to have to try to Skyclave Apparition that thing pretty quick. But also we want to start kind of beating down, so let's... Yeah, that deck can get pretty silly pretty fast, so we're gonna get rid of the Hedron Archive here. Keeping my Aspirant a 1/1 just in case I play my Lovestruck Beast and want to attack with it. Okay. That's actually pretty okay for us. Let's go Elite Spellbinder. See what they got in their hand. Okay, make that cost 12. Seems good. My opponent has all the card selection here, though, but they can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can play, like, small Ugin now? They're digging. They can play small Ugin or that artifact that does everything card. Okay, another Mind Stone. You love to see it. And a Golos. Okay. So let's green. Lovestruck Beast. Scavenging Ooze. Attack with a Spellbinder. And if we can live to fight another day... They need 7 to activate this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that didn't do it for him. Nice. Alright, so against this deck, Thalia is actually pretty good. Talk about an enchantment. That's not great. Knight of Autumn is good. Dromoka is actually bad. Ooze, Probably doesn't have much food. I'd say that's probably the weakest link here. Yeah, we basically just want to disrupt their ramp plan and beat down as fast as possible. I think that's probably the place to be. Ugh, slow, but I'm going to keep it. Untapped land. That's actually pretty good, because now I can play this Pathway on green and play the Llanowar Elves. You can play our Thalia here. Makes all their little rampy things more expensive. Let's go make it double white. I'm going to play it safe here and just get rid of their ramp cards instead of peek or play just another creature. Yeah, that's one thing that this deck can do pretty successfully against this deck. So let's play the Mammoth here. Let's play Spellbinder. Let's take a peek. Let's see. They could cast Karn sooner. So let's keep them off all of that stuff. Hedron Archive is 2 turns away, and we can Skyclave Apparition it. Oh, they're missing their land drops. That is not the place you want to be in that deck. All right, well, get in with everybody. Thalia doing work against this deck. Yeah, they're going to gain some life. But they can't do anything. Like, unless they draw a land, they literally can't do anything against us. Pretty good. Pretty good. So I assume they're going to do odds. All right, well, let's company. Make her bigger. Get rid of Ugin. Go to our turn. Attack with everyone. Let's play ourselves a Kazandu Mammoth. Whoo! There we go. Made that matchup look easy. So green-white Collected Company, very good against the Artifact Ramp deck. Basically, all of our disruption works perfectly against them. Reminds me, I played a lot of just like mono white Death and Taxes, or kind of like the Orzhov Eldrazi and Taxes decks in Modern a couple years ago. And I played against a dude playing mono blue Tron, and just they couldn't do anything. Like, just the weird alignment of my disruption against that specific deck, it was just like completely locked out. Especially with their lands, you keep them off their lands with like Leonin Arbiter, Ghost Quarter, and stuff like that. It was one of those times you're playing Magic where like you feel bad because your opponent cannot play Magic, but your deck, the point of it is to keep your opponent from playing Magic, so it feels really good. And once again, we just, have no lands, so we're going to mulligan. And once again, we just have no lands. And once again, we have a really good multi-5. So let's go down to the Mammoth and the Lovestruck Beast. Because theoretically, we could cast a Collected Company with this hand. Temple of Deceit. That's a new one. Rogues, Grixis Control. Play ourselves another Llanowar Elves. Attack for 1. Hope they play something and we can collect a company. Nope. Oh, let's go green and play a Kazandu Mammoth. Ooh. They can take lands, I don't care. Let's collect the company while we can. I'm going to play another Mammoth. So they could be playing Extinction Event too. This is definitely an Extinction Event friendly deck. They're playing Temples, which makes me think they're not playing just straight up Rogues. Okay. Ashiok's not really a big deal here. I guess we'll get rid of it. Not give them any information, and we can eat some junk from their graveyard. All right, I'm going to throw away a Mammoth here to get rid of Ashiok. If we had a land drop that turn, it would have been nice. It's a nice board for them to sweep if they have that. Thassa. Okay. Interesting. Once again, not hitting her land drops, but Scavenging Ooze and Mammoth now are both in trading territory. Tap target creature. So is this like a value deck? Like they bounce the Atris? Okay. White mana would be real nice. Nope. Okay, but this is still nice. Gonna tap down the Scavenging Ooze. Well, that's fine. And you get a counter, and you get a counter. I mean, if they attack with Thief of Sanity, so they're a creature-based deck. Okay, that's fine. Go for it. Thief of Sanity is a super rad card, but I feel like its time to shine has passed. 3 mana, dies to everything. Our opponent doesn't seem to be playing counter spells. We got there. Okay. Shifting Ceratops is pro-blue. They're a creature deck, so do I even want to play Thalia? Strange. Very strange. I mean, Skyclave has a lot of targets. Reidane's not bad. Maybe Archon's not great. And Ooze? Like, Ooze is okay, but it's not like they're a graveyard deck. Yes, I'm intrigued what my opponent's playing. It seems like it's some kind of Dimir value creature stuff. All right, so we got no play until turn 3, but we're on the draw, so let's keep it. Is that a thing? Is that a strategy? It's probably a bad one, but it is probably one. Okay. Tapped. Tapped, tapped, tapped. Thought Erasure. Okay. Sure. Do it up. I feel like the right half of my hand is worse for them than the left half. I mean, are they just playing like an old standard deck, like a super standard deck, like what Historic was briefly before they made it nonsensical? Okay, I'm gonna exile Reidane. So I kind of, so this, bouncing this with Thassa, that's a thing. I don't know if it's a good thing, but it's a thing. So let's peek at their hand. Let's get rid of Atris. I'll discard a card. I ain't afraid. They're 1/1s. I'll exile Archon because worst case I need a land. Yeah, they're going to attack. No blocks. Like I said, you're going to need a land. Attack. And turn. Attack. Hold back my collected company. I feel like we're in a good spot. I assume my opponent's doing some kind of blinking shenanigans with these creatures that do provide some value and some anti-value for me. But they're kind of like low power level. I feel like most of the like Bance Blink decks give you some more offers. I mean, this is cute, but it's slow. I feel like Historic has passed slow decks by unless they have some kind of interaction. And even then, I'm assuming they've passed them by. Okay, yep. I'll let you draw some cards. It's a pretty good one. All right, so let's Apparition. Spellbinder. Let's go Lovestruck Beast so we can just really hit him hard next turn. All right, so they can Chupacabra or something. Yeah, this would be like a fun standard deck back in the day. Blinking your Chupacabras. Thief of Sanity doesn't make any sense. Well, got my Shifty. Okay, that was fun. All right, friend, you're doing it. You're living the dream. You're living the dream. And they're thieving. Okay. Interesting. And, well, I'm going to attack with a large creature here. Force a block. All right, so unless they hit nothing and I hit something great, they might actually be able to just grind us out now. Yep, kill the Aspirant. And, okay, they just got an Ooze. Ooze isn't bad. But yeah, we're not gonna be able to come back. They're gonna get another hit off the Thief of Sanity. All right, so we just need something a little quicker. Do we bring in the Settle? Nobody sees the Settle. Let's bring in the Command. Go down Aspirant. All their creatures are like 2/2s and 3/2s, so we can basically fight anything with any of their stuff, and it'll be probably good for us. DJ Chila. The old fairy avatar. Living the dream. Living the dream. I'm getting tired. It's that time of day. It's 2:33 in the afternoon. That's like, you know, peak, very sleepy times. Get a shot of espresso. Still be tired, but, you know, potentially with a stomachache. And yeah, we're going to play first. Again, pretty slow, but we'll keep. Our opponent mulls. To 6, all right. So we hit a 2-drop, that'd be nice. Just give us a little bit of a curb here. Turn 1 Bajuka Bog. You'll love it. You'll love to see it. Such power. Such wow. Thought Erasure? Okay. So our opponent not running Thought Seizes, which would be just strictly better. Bye-bye? I mean, none of this is good for you. Spellbinder, okay. Afraid of me knowing what's up. Well, I guess we just Reidane. Makes their expensive stuff more expensive. Blocks a Thief of Sanity. Let's exile this land. And let's plus and fight. And just start beating down. I always forget this has Vigilance. Not that it matters. I don't think anything in their deck has haste, but it's good to know. Fun to know. I hope they're thinking because they don't have the land drop, but they do. Okay. Your opponent's on budget.deck, which understandable. Historic is grotesquely expensive. I think I'm almost up to 18 mythic wildcards, and I have 0 rare wildcards. Just because of stupid stuff like lands taking up most of my wildcards. It's a real crapshoot. That is, I'll tell you what. What? Keep scrying. Keep scrying. Play that tapped. Let's play our Archon. Get in for 6. And we are presenting lethal damage. Can eat 2 things with the ooze. Make that a 5/5. Hostage taker, huh? If you hit a green source of mana, that'd be pretty nice. Interesting choice. Yeah, let's just attack here. Bring him down to 1. Fatal push. Okay. Shifting Ceratops. I get it. Thassa Hostage Taker. That's fun. Chupacabra. Okay. And Reidane. They can play Reidane. Actually, they can't. Only 1 spell per turn. We're oozing. If we're oozing, you're losing. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to eat my ooze. I'm going to eat Skyclave Apparition. All right. Well, a couple slow turns here. Oh, of course they have a Ritual of Soot. Of course they do. Love me some Ritual of Soot in Historic. If you've seen my mono black control lists, you'd understand why. Okay, those are medium things to hit, but they're things. But yeah, Ritual of Soot. There's a lot of Collected Company decks. There's a lot of decks playing cheap creatures like Gruul or Elves or just like white aggro decks. And Ritual of Soot hits a lot of that. And if your top end or your creature base kind of starts at 4, it's just a free roll. Just sweep their board and you keep yours. Okay. Could still eat this with this. Gross. All right, well, they could double block. I'm doing 3 damage. They would have to double block. Let's get rid of the hostage taker. Wait a second. Oh, what? That's how that works? Oh, you stupid auto-assigning. Oh, we may have just lost the game because the way the damage was auto-assigned. I wanted to do it all to hostage taker, you dummy. Oh, so stupid. So stupid. I thought that was after the shield was taken into... Oh, man. The things you learn that Arena does to just really make you upset. Gross. Okay, well. Gonna make a battlefield of Llanowar Elves here. We might actually lose this now. Yep. God. Ugh. That's so dumb. I can't believe it wouldn't, like, think to do that. Mm-hmm. Should make a Thief of Sanity Collected Company deck. That sounds stupid. A Sultai Company deck. 5-color company. I made a really dumb 5-color company, like... human tribal nonsense deck. It was fun. Good times. Do I have anything except a Skyclave Apparition that would remove the shield? I think that's all I got in the deck. It's an artifact. Not an enchantment. Cool. Cool. Well, this is disappointing. Because right now they would only have 2 creatures. They would not have Hostage Taker. Thief of Sanity is actually doing work. It's actually doing work. Look at me like a big dumb idiot. What? What's the... I mean, yes, I would like those collected companies, but I feel like probably would want to cast one. Didn't I just pay 1? I paid 1. What? I'm so confused. Oh, okay, that wasn't their hand. They did take a collected company. Okay, now I know how this dumb crap works. Let's get rid of the 3/3, I guess. No. All the damage goes to that one. Stupid. So silly. Well. Okay, that's one way to do it. Come on. Come on. We've had so many opportunities. I mean, how many collect companies do I have left? None? None. Okay, I have no collected companies. So, Shifting Ceratops is basically what we want. That wins it for us. I think that's literally all we have that we can do. Come on, shift in, shift in, shift in, shift in. I mean, that's not bad. Trades for the Thief of Sanity. Is that the Thief card again? Or is that actually their hand? Okay. The Castle Vantress is doing work. I'm sorry if you've made it this far. This has been an unimpressive round of games. I'm getting friggin' chumped out by a Thief of Sanity. Yeah, it's a free attack. My own shield. Oh, no. Okay, we lost. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The deck that's really good against the most popular deck in the format, and we don't play the most popular deck once. Okay, but I mean, it's a tough call. I think this deck is still very good. We mulliganed, I gotta say, more than half the time. We're not running a ton of lands. What do we got for just straight up lands? We got 4, 8, 10, 20 straight up lands with 4 mammoths. So we're running 24 mana sources plus 4 elves. Honestly, maybe we just want to run like 1 or 2 more lands. Maybe like if there's any other utility lands or something like that. But I feel like the most punished we got during gameplay was just, you know, not having enough lands. And that's include keeping hands with the mammoths and stuff, but also not going up against the deck that I think this is really good against. Very good against the Artifact Ramp deck. That's something good to know. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep playing with this deck. It is, like, my win percentage overall with this deck is far above, like, 50%. And by far above, I mean it's probably, like, 55%. It's enough to make me go up, not down. But yeah, if anybody has any other takes on the company archetypes, let me know. There was like a cool Bant company deck in the Hooglandia Open, and it wasn't like a Bishop of Wings Angel Bant deck. It was, or it may have had some elements of that, but I don't know. Agree with my company. It is a deck. I played it. You saw it. If I did it wrong, let me know. If I did it right, just tell me I got mana screwed. We at least multi 5 and 1, game 1, and I think that's a win for everybody. Have a wonderful day.